The Detroit Lions are probably in one of the best spots they will be in a long time. I thought last year, what's amazing about this regime is that they are building this thing the right way. They have not overpaid on free agents, and they're building this thing the right way. And I have a question for you in the chat and in the comment section. The Detroit Lions have 2 first-round picks as of now. They have number 6 from the Rams and number 18 of our own. The NFL Combine is now officially over, and there's some names that keep coming up, okay? And I want to know, as if you were Detroit Lions general manager, who do you want on your team? Okay? Christian Gonzalez really made a name for himself this weekend. And you know what? I'll throw a fourth guy that I just thought of. Christian Gonzalez. Okay? You've got Will Anderson. You've got Anthony Richardson. And the guy that I'm going to throw in there is Bijan Robinson. You can only have 2. Which 2 are you taking? I don't want to hear who's there. I don't want to hear best player available. I'm not asking you that. I'm asking you, you are Detroit Lions general manager. Who are you taking? Hattersall says, I'm not high on Gonzalez, but I could be wrong. Will Anderson by far, then Bijan. So Dern says Will at 6 and Bijan at 18. Because y'all know me. I love me some edge rushers. I have been on edge rusher since the beginning of my YouTube career on Talking Detroit Lions. And for me, I would take Will Anderson. And now with the Combine being over, here's what the Combine does. The Combine either ups or lowers your draft stock, okay? Trayvon Walker really didn't start to climb up until after the Combine passed. It was right around now that Aiden Hutchinson started to fall from the overall consensus number 1 pick. I feel that's happening this year. Jalen Carter took himself out that conversation. No matter what happens with his legal situation, he is out of the number 1 pick conversation. Dunzo. Now, you've got the Lions have, I remember when we were pick number 3, and even last year, pick number 2, somebody was like, we got the best position in the draft. I disagree. I think 6 is a real sweet spot, especially this year. I think this year is that time. This year is that time that we are in a very sweet spot. You've got Carter, who I believe is now at the top 10. You've got Anderson. You've got C.J. Stroud, who performed very well. You have Bryce Young, who weighed in. I think he weighed in at 202. Okay? That's 2 quarterbacks that will probably go before the Lions pick. That leaves 5 people. 5 people. Now that we know Carter is not going to be on those 5 most likely, that leaves you with a whole lot of possibility for 6. Now, for me, I love me some edge. Y'all remember that Tony Braxton? I love me some edge. That's me. I love me some edge, bro. Nick Bosa, ooh. If we had, for me, I'm taking Will Anderson. It ain't no doubt about it. No doubt about it. And I'm taking Anderson at 6. Now, at 18, we got a situation. Now, this is all pre-free agency. We got a situation. We got a situation. At 6, who am I taking? That's tough because we still need a cornerback. We could use a running back. And I said cornerback. At 18. At 18. I'm taking Bijan. I'm taking Bijan because I don't trust DeAndre Swift. I'm taking Will Anderson and Bijan Robinson. I know we need defense, y'all. I do. But here's my thought on why I would take Will Anderson at 6. I'm sorry, Will Anderson Jr. Because Your defense starts with the defensive line. If the defensive line can get to the quarterback, you can create a whole lot of space for your secondary. I've always believed that. So for me, I'm taking the edge every day. Every day. Because with a Nick Bosa or a Will Anderson and a Hutch and a Pascal and a James Houston, if we get up in any of these 17 quarterbacks' faces, they're going to make a mistake. They're going to make a mistake. We have a linebacker in the middle keeping Aaron Rodgers, Jalen Hurts, all of these guys from running on us. And we have we can have a standard secondary. See, I don't believe we need a shutdown corner. We need a corner who can cover. We need a corner who can play some D. Because it all starts with that defensive line. And I do not trust DeAndre Swift. I know what Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell had to say. I know a lot of Lions fans love this kid. But let me tell you something about DeAndre Swift. DeAndre Swift, okay, when he was at Georgia, his workload was extremely light. Extremely light. And when he came out in 2020, one of the concerns that the draft scouts had on DeAndre Swift was his durability. And even though Derrick Henry is older, he's durable. So for me, I'm taking Will Anderson Jr. and Bijan Robinson at 18. I got the start, the anchor on my defense on the opposite side of Hutch. You don't know where it's coming from. And Bijan is going to kill him. He going to kill him on the offensive side of the ball. Now, if we had to add, let's throw free agency or later down the line, maybe I get a Byron Murphy, maybe I get a Cam Sutton, because again, we don't need a shutdown corner. It all starts at the defensive line. That's where it all starts. You can have a Jaquaski Tart, whatever this dude's name is. You can have him in the secondary. You can have a Deshaun Elliott. You can have somebody who is less than stellar in the secondary. Could you imagine if the quarterback has like 3 seconds to throw, 4 seconds? Come on, man. You wouldn't know where it's coming from. Imagine a stunt with James Houston, Will Anderson, Aiden Hutchinson, Pascal. Imagine. So let me know what you think in the comments below.